Hey yogis, thank you so much for joining me today. Come down onto your mat, find a comfortable cross-legged position, right leg in front. Close your eyes. Let's take a few mindful breaths. Hands on the thighs, palms face down or up, whatever feels most comfortable. And just take a few of your deepest breaths of the day. And as you breathe, just letting everything fall away, everything that you've done so far today, any problems that you've encountered, anything at all that's lingering in your mind. Just becoming very present with your breath. Letting the shoulders soften down away from your ears. Releasing the hinge of your jaw, relaxing the muscles around your eyes. Keeping your eyes closed, take your hands and walk them out in front of you. Keep on walking the hands until you can't go any further, and just be gentle. And feel free to move a little bit from side to side here. Maybe just some small movements. Or maybe even getting a little bit larger with them. Following your breath and just moving around intuitively. Doing what feels good for your body in this moment. And then slowly making your way back up. Take the opposite leg, cross it in front. Close the eyes once again. Sit up nice and tall. Take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, walk your hands out. And same thing here. This side may be different than the other, so it may not look the same. And that's perfectly okay. So maybe reaching up through one arm, pressing down through the opposite elbow. Or just holding it right in the center, stretching the hips back as you reach your fingertips forward. Drop your chin. A few more mindful breaths. And then slowly begin to walk yourself back up. Cross the ankles, place your hands down, press yourself on up. Come into a forward fold, feet separated hip distance. And let's bend the knees. Rest your chest on your thighs and let your head hang. Just let your arms dangle, chin towards your chest, so the back of the neck gets really long. Breathing deeply to the back of the ribs, to the back of your heart. Shake the head yes, shake it no. Let any tension fall right out of the neck. Just another breath cycle here. And then you begin to walk the hands out in front of you, walk your feet back, find a push-up. Wrists, elbows, and shoulders in line, toes underneath the heels, lifting the backs of the thighs, belly draws in, collarbones wide. Take another breath here. And as you exhale, drop the hips, lift the heart. Keep the knees up, keep the thighs up, you're on your toes. Press into the hands. Lift your heart. And then this time, lift the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Just letting the heels drop down. Let your head hang. Straight arms, pressing into the hands. Heels are nice and heavy. Inhale, forward to a push-up. And then drop the hips, lift the heart, and take another breath. On your next exhale, lift the hips up and back. Find your upside down V. And then lift your right leg on an in-breath. And as you exhale, step it on through. Drop your left knee down, top of the foot flat. Inhale, sweep your arms. As you exhale, bring the hands down, stick the hips back, come up on the right heel. Inhaling here. Exhale, let your hips get a little heavier. Come back into your low lunge. Inhale, reach your arms. And then taking a twist, keep the right arm up, left hand comes down, opening up to the right. Draw your right shoulder back, look up. And then bring that right hand down, tuck the back toes, find your push-up. Take an inhale. And then exhale, drop the hips, lift the heart. Look up. Exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Head hangs, dropping through the heels. Inhale, lift your left leg. Reach up through the toes, and then go ahead and exhale, bring it all the way through. Right knee comes down, top of the foot flat. Inhale, come on up. Relax your shoulders, biceps by the ears, sink your hips. On an exhale, bring the hands down, sit the hips back, stretching out the back of your left leg. Releasing the back of your left leg, let the hips get a little heavier. Coming back into that low lunge, sink the hips, sweep the arms. Right hand comes down, left stays up, reach up through the left fingertips, opening through the left shoulder. And then exhale, bring the hands down, step it back, plank. Take a breath in, and then drop the hips, lift the heart. Inhale, and then exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Warrior one, inhale, right leg lifts. As you exhale, step it through. Left heel comes down, press down through your feet to rise. Sink your hips, pressing through the outer edge of your left foot. On an exhale, hands come down, spin up on the ball of the back foot, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg, and then exhale, step it on through, spin the back foot down. Press down into the feet, come on up. Right hip spins forward, left hip spins back. Relax your shoulders. On an exhale, hands come down. Step it back, downward dog. Take another breath here. And then look up between your hands. Step the right foot to the outer edge of your right hand. Turn the toes out 45. Drop your left knee down. Starting right here. Little movements from side to side. Completely surrendering here down into the hips. Exhale through the mouth a few times. In through the nose. Open your mouth. Exhale it out. One more big breath in. And then as you exhale, come on down to the forearms. Releasing the back of the jaw, softening your eyes. Let your head hang. Coming on up. Turn the toes to face the front of your mat. Heel toe the foot in. Bring the right hand to the outer edge of that foot. Tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee. High lunge. Bend the back knee. Draw your tailbone in. Lift your heart. Re-straighten the left leg. Right arm comes down, reach it up and over with the left fingertips. And then inhale, come on up. Hands come down. Step it back, downward dog. Inhale, step that left foot to the outside of your left hand. Turn the toes out 45. Drop your right knee down, top of the foot flat. Little movements from side to side. Or maybe just holding it in one place and breathing deeply. Just taking note of how good this feels to get into the hips and to really tap into your breath. When you feel any tension building in your body, go ahead and exhale it out through your mouth. Good. Begin to make your way down onto your forearms. Maybe bringing the palms together or stacking the fists, letting your forehead rest down. Still small movements, if that's feeling good. Releasing through the hips. Exhaling through your mouth. Very slowly. Begin to make your way back up. Bring the left foot in. Left hand to the outside of that foot. Tuck the back toes. Lift that knee. Press down into the feet. Come on up. Bend the back knee. Tailbone comes in. Heart lifts. Shoulders relax. Re-straighten the right thigh. Maybe wiggling the right toes back a little bit as you sink the hips a little more. Left hand comes down, reach it up and over through the right fingertips. Feel the stretch all the way from the right hip through the right side of your body, creating space between your ribs. And then come on up. Hands come down. Plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. On the toes or tops of the feet. Exhale, downward facing. Let's flow through another vinyasa. Inhale to your push-up. Exhale, lower yourself. Inhale, lift your heart. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Take another breath here. And then release. Down to the knees. Gonna come into camel pose. So take your fists, bring them together. You want the knees this distance apart. Once you get that distance, standing on the knees, we're gonna tuck the back toes. If you know where you're going and you don't need the toes tucked, feel free to bring the tops of the feet flat. Otherwise, just keep the toes tucked. Inhale, reach your arms. And then exhale, see if you can reach down, grab a hold of one heel at a time. You can drop your head right on back. Heart lifts. Drop the head a little lower. Breathe deeply. When you're ready to come back up, one hand to support the back at a time, slowly, slowly making your way up. Just sit back onto the heels for a moment. Hands come to the thighs. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes. Come on back up onto the knees. Separate the knees, same distance apart. And if that was really easy for you with the toes tucked, go ahead and bring the tops of the feet flat. If you struggled a bit, then keep the heels up. Inhale, reach your arms high. And then exhale, one hand down at a time. If you can't reach your heels with the tops of the feet flat, go ahead and tuck your toes to bring your heels a little higher. Once you get your heels, drop your head if that feels comfortable. Lift your heart. toward the sky. One more inhale, and the exhale will take you out of it, slowly but surely. Sit the hips back, bring the knees wide apart, walk the hands out in front of you, forehead touches down, walk the fingertips out so that the wrists and elbows are up. And slowly walk yourself back up. Come around into a seated position. Legs straight out in front of you, reach back, pull your seat back, reach the arms high, inhale, and then exhale, fold. Release your hands. Keep your spine nice and long, breathe deep. The inhale will lengthen you and create space, and the exhale will take you a little lower. Inhale and exhale. Maybe some small movements here, or maybe you're just holding it still. Just a few more breaths. Chin toward your chest. Begin to walk yourself back up. Take the right leg, right ankle underneath the left knee, left ankle on top of your right knee. Take a moment to situate yourself. Maybe even bringing that left foot over toward the middle of the calf, or just keeping it right on up on top, or just simply crossing the left leg in front of the right. Flex both of your feet strongly, so toes point toward the shins. Bring the hands down beside you, or in the lap, or start walking the hands out in front of you for 3 breaths. Nice, long, slow inhalations, and complete exhalations. Inhale, and exhale, softening. Inhale deeply, and then exhale. Make your way back up. Switch sides. So this time, right ankle on top of the left knee, left ankle underneath the right knee. Take a moment, flex strongly through the feet, find a place for the hands, close your eyes, take a deep inhale, really fill up, and then exhale. Inhale deeply, and then exhale. Find somewhere to soften, releasing the back of your jaw. Take another breath in, and then exhale here. Inhale, walk the hands up. Open the legs wide. Toes point back toward your shins. Inhale, reach. And then exhale, folding it forward. Keep the knees pointing up toward the ceiling, the sky, if you're outside. And same thing here. Don't be afraid to move a little bit to find those tight spots or the sore spots. Maybe get the arms involved a little bit. Make this really organic for you. We're all in different places in our bodies, so we all need something a little different. And then make your way on up. Left leg reaches out long. Bend the right leg so the knees up toward the ceiling. Sit up nice and tall. Bring the right hand behind you. Reach up through the left. And then as you exhale, take that elbow, hook it right down below that right knee and begin to twist. Twist from the lower part of your spine first. So keep your neck out of it. So keep your chin in line with your sternum. Let the inhale lengthen you. Reach up through the crown of your head. And just begin twisting. Up into the middle of the back now, middle of the spine, right around the ribs. Start drawing your right shoulder back. Pressing into the elbow, into the knee to help twist you. And then really drawing the right shoulder back and looking out over the right shoulder if that feels comfortable on your neck. And then slowly begin to release out of this. Take a counter stretch. Come back to center, switch it out. Right leg reaches out, left crosses over the right. Hug that foot in. Bring your left hand behind you. Reach up really tall through the right fingertips. Inhaling, and then as you exhale, hook that elbow. And then remember to start twisting from the lower part of your spine. Keep the chin centered for the first few breaths. Each time just twisting a little bit more. Just a soft focus, looking off or closing your eyes. Then start to peel your left shoulder open, pressing into the elbow, into the knee a little more. And then maybe even looking off behind you or bringing the chin toward the left shoulder. And then very slowly unwinding yourself, taking that stretch in the opposite direction. Coming back to center, finding that cross-legged position that you started in. Nice, comfortable seat. Maybe you want to sit up on the shins, sitting back on the heels, whatever's most comfortable. Find a place for your hands. Just closing class with a few mindful breaths, checking back in, releasing your shoulders down away from your ears. Relax your face, releasing down through the hips. Just taking a quiet moment before you step off of your mat and back into your life. Bring your palms together in front of your heart and just drop your chin toward your chest and just take a moment to bow to yourself. And bowing to your practice and in all of the ways that it helps us to really turn in and to tune into our bodies and to become present. Let your lips curl up into a smile, lift your head, and thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.